process of making the DM screen begins by resizing some maple plywood that I have already cut down to usable size. I cut one length down to 15 3/4. I cut two more sections down to 8 7/8. Once that's done, I take the wood over to my router table, and using a chamfer bit, I cut a profile on the edge of each board. I line the boards to make sure that they will be assembled properly in the next step. Then I route a groove in the top of each board with a jig and router. This is to receive the steel brackets I'll install later, so that you can use a magnet to hang sheets of paper, character guides, maps, etc. on the face of the board. Once that's done, I return to my table saw, and using a 10-inch sled, I cut grooves in the top of each board. This is where you can put your turn trackers for your characters during a DM session. And once that's done, it's time to engrave the screen using my laser. I take a minute to get it calibrated correctly. And then once that's done, I pull up the software I use for running the laser. It's called Lightburn, and the engraving usually takes a little over an hour longer if I need to do personalization. Once that's done, it's time to apply the stain. I found 2 coats of stain do a very good job of bringing out the grain in the maple plywood. I then apply a lacquer finish. I'll do 3 coats on each side. And then when I'm done with that, I will scrub the wood with triple aught steel wool to get a smooth finish. And then last, it's time to apply the hardware, hinges, the steel brackets, and the locking clasps. This item is available in my Etsy store. If you're interested, see the link in the description. Quite pleased with the final product, and I hope you are too.